Namaste, this is Ayesha. I hope all of you are well. And today I'm here to speak about the topic of when evolution pauses. In recent times, in the last few videos of mine as well as on my social media posts, I have been talking a lot about the shift that we're going through globally. And there have been many questions that have been posed to me, some pretty common and some a little complicated, but I felt it's my duty after all when you put out some information, and it's fair that people ask questions. And today I wanted to talk a little bit about what happens when this shift progresses. If you've been following my videos, I have pretty much given elaborate details on that. So today I just wanted to touch upon certain things like, so does that mean that as the shift progresses, that there will be death everywhere? Would everybody have to die? And I said, no, not really. It depends on missions. Okay, it depends on missions, on your karmic cycles, on soul contracts, and based on that, on how your higher self and your spirit guides and your spirit team basically wants you to move forward, that is exactly how you will. But I do see a lot of people pretty much ascending without having to go through the process of death, which is through these ascension portals, which will occur pretty much really close to you, each one of us. All right, it will be, I feel that is more of a common way of leaving than death. But as I said earlier, it depends on the karmic cycle of a soul. It also depends on the soul contracts, your mission here, and so on. Now, when we speak about how ascension happens, now, as I've explained before, the 5D New Earth is but just the astral plane, which we have always known to be home. We've all had mixed feelings about it, from the pre-awakening, spiritual awakening phase to the spiritual awakening, then progressing from now, depending on how we have evolved. Each one is different. So you don't have to feel like some people are much more comfortable about this whole shift than you are. It's because they are able to, grasp that concept better because of the journey they have been on. But it does not mean that you will be, exempted from the process of knowing more. So death per se, it's going to be different, because what I feel is ascension, if you think about it, it's basically the removal of the veil between the realms. And the realm that is directly above ours is the astral plane, as we call also as a spirit world. Now that's where we come and go from every time, before and after each incarnation. That's where we're at. So that is actually not the unknown, as much as we in this 3D programming we keep thinking that that's the unknown. That really isn't the unknown. The unknown is right here. This is the unknown. This 3D dimension is the unknown, because we came here to evolve. If we had all the information that we need over here, we would not be able to evolve. Okay? But what we do is we go back home and we acquire the wisdom, and we acquire the connection to the one consciousness, and that's how we evolve. So no, it's not going to be death for everybody. It's not going to be ascension for everybody, as in like ascension through a portal for everybody either. It depends. So what happens to, I had stated that by 2025 I see the closure of this realm, which means that everybody would have been vacated from here. Now, then there were a lot of questions about how will everyone, say for instance those who are rebellious, or those who don't want to leave, or those who are still focused more on what's going on here, how will they leave? Well, I do not know exactly how this works for everybody, but I just know that nobody will be left out. Okay, and for each soul there will be a team, like I said, and that team will carry those methods forward in whichever way they seem is perfect for that person. The other thing that people wanted to ask was, so what happens to this realm after we leave? That, I feel, more than what happens externally or physically to it, I would say it's more of what should happen to this realm, which has served us over so many generations. What should happen is it should be able to heal itself, rest. That resting phase, I believe, could take anywhere between a few hundred years, because it needs to work itself inside out. It has to heal, it has to restore all its resources which have been depleted by mankind, and reduce all the pollution. You know, it takes time for everything to process itself, and in the meanwhile, we're not going to be left abandoned in the astral plane. There are hundreds of other dimensions to reincarnate into, and which naturally will be our choices if this one closes. Now, one thing we must understand is this is not the very first time that a realm has closed down. It has happened over so many times. Those of you who've been in Lemuria and Atlantis and a whole lot of other dimensions are pretty much able to understand and even remember vaguely or vividly. You can remember that these things happen. It's part of the cosmos. It's part of the universe where realms, exist and realms end, and they things happen all the time. It's a process of evolution. So it's not like this is the only place you can evolve. So evolution, when it's paused, what I mean is, once we go back from here to the astral plane, it's like a grand reunion where for the first time in I don't know how many thousands of years, where you would basically imagine going home and not missing anybody. Everybody's there at once. So for once, all of our souls would be at complete peace, knowing there's no one really missing. Everybody is right there. Okay? Everybody's right there. Even those who have reincarnated in other planes, you can see them, you can feel them. It's different from how it's been all this while. Alright? The whole process of grief ceases to exist because there's nobody who's actually missing. You got the point? So, I feel that's where evolution pauses. When I meant evolution pauses, it means we don't have work to do per se. We are just resting. That's a resting phase for a lot of us, while we recoup, while we plan things out, while we reunite with our loved ones, while some of us may choose to go back to even our own dimensions to rest or be with family, our soul families. It will not be a disruption of sorts, but it will be a pause. It's not like you and I will stop evolving after this. There's no other option. There are many options. It's just one pause. Now, the other thing that I was asked was, so what happens over there? These people who I have lived and loved, my family here in this earthly plane, will they still remember me when I go there? Of course they will. They will remember you more and appreciate and love you more. These even relationships which have not been cordial, you will realize it's a whole different ball game over there, because all of us are reunited with our light bodies, which have that ancient wisdom, which have that universal one conscious wisdom, to understand that that was, after all, just a lifetime. And here we are reuniting once again. So you see, it's different over there. We feel more closer with each other. Our level of understanding, your level of understanding, and mine, and everybody who we have around us, whether or not you feel they're spiritually awakened or not, once we're on the other side, it's a whole different story. We're all one. There is no division. So yes, you will definitely be able to recognize and re-establish lost connections. You would also be able to stay in touch with your loved ones. There will be no boundaries. Like, for instance, even here in the spiritual community, there may have been people you've wanted to meet and you wonder if you'll ever meet, and your soul family connections that come from other countries or other states. well, you would definitely be able to meet everybody without these boundaries, and that's amazing. I think that's the most amazing feeling ever for all of us. You know, it's like a dream come true. Deep inside, we've all longed for this experience. Deep inside. But we're all afraid of that. You know, it's like everybody wants to go to heaven, but they're scared to die. So this is like exactly like that. We have always been longing for this. And then we think, oh, I'm not ready to die. I want to do this. What about my family? This, that. Yes, of course, we're all concerned about it. Me being a mother and me having a family of my own and my own, my own setup that I've built my life around. Okay, of course, we all have those concerns. But what I want you to say is, when evolution pauses, I don't want you to tell yourself that this is it. This is doom and gloom. I will never be able to see my loved ones again. I will never be able to enjoy my children again. I will never be able to see them grow up. I will never be able to do this. No. Firstly, we must remember in grace that the universe always has blessed us more than enough. Okay? Nobody gets to walk away. Unless it's suicide, nobody gets to walk away with a well-defined, planned, happy life. I mean, everybody has some kind of things that they don't want to leave for. Nobody is ever ready for death, but we all die. So likewise, nobody is ever going to be ready for ascension because we have all these questions in your mind. But we do have a choice this time. We do have a choice if we accept this in grace and allow the universe to open its beautiful portals and allow all of us to go, simply because this home is no longer capable of withstanding all of us. It has to ask us to leave, so all of us leave. And what we do from there, you can reincarnate from there to other dimensions together with your family, your soulmates, whoever. You do it your way, because every incarnation is decided by your higher self first. Nobody puts you under any pressure. There is always respect given to your free will. You can take as long as you want to do everything. Okay, that's one of the things. So I don't want you to feel that, Ayesha's been talking about this and it's so scary, and I don't want you to go through life thinking, oh my God, I just got a few years. I don't feel, like living anymore. What is there to live anymore? Don't think along those lines. That is what I say by living in the moment. You have to live the moments, even if it's the last. We're here for that. All of us. No matter how old or young you are, rich or poor you are, it doesn't matter. We're here for the living experience, and therefore, this shift is giving you an opportunity to do the best you can. We must be grateful first to this beautiful world for blessing us with so much of beauty around us. It's been an enriching experience, lifetime for many of us. And those of us who have remember having been here for more than once, we have to thank for everything. Our own evolution, we have to thank. So don't forget all of this. Always remember that whatever we do, whatever we say, however long or short we have here, fill your life with gratitude. Fill your heart with gratitude. Fill your heart with love and peace. Okay? And keep living. Please keep living. Because until evolution pauses for you and me, it's still ours to keep. It's still ours to grow. We still have our wings to grow in any way we choose to. Keep your vibration high. Meditate, raise your vibration, keep it high. Love people you still have, It doesn't mean that you're going to lose them, but you have the opportunity. There's so many things that we come to this realm for, which we may not have on the other side. I'm not talking about people, I'm talking about life, the experiences that unfold only in the 3D matrix. So enjoy your experience here. Even if it's just for another day, even if it's just for another hour, another year, live it out, because we're going to walk away with beautiful memories we created for ourselves. I thank you so much for listening to this video, watching this video. I hope you have been able to take away something positive from all of this. Just remember, you're not going through this alone. We all are, you, me, billions of us. We're all going through this. We're all dealing with this differently. I'm just trying to make this all seem a little more comfortable. I'm trying my best to make this all seem a little more, positive. You may think that, this, what's it to be positive about when it's the end of the world? Well, there's a lot of things to be positive about in everything, including the end of the world. Because it's not the end of the souls. It's not the end of our souls. It's just a closing of another chapter for us. We are eternal. We're immortal on the other side. I want you to remember that. I want you to know that we will not lose anything from this. Nothing is lost. All is gained. And may we give that glory to the universe. May we give that glory to the one consciousness we all come from. Namaste.